Hello, welcome to the Piper Street Food Company. My name is Damien and today I'm going to show you a really great dish to do with Brussels sprouts. And we're in the depths of winter right now. Brussels sprouts are terrific and this is my favourite way of cooking them. So what I've got here is a few Brussels sprouts and I'll just prepare these last couple by simply taking off the end, there like so, and just scoring the bottom. You may remember your mother or grandmother doing this preparing for dinner, and this is just a way to make sure that the Brussels sprouts cook evenly when they hit the boiling water. Now these Brussels sprouts are going to be twice cooked. We're going to cook them in the boiling water and then we're also going to caramelise them in a pan as well. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm going to finish this last one here in like so. They're terrific. I've got a pan back here, just about to come up to the boil. It's going to take a little bit of salt here. Pop it into the water. That's going to help to retain some of the colour, but also, more importantly, to season the vegetables as they're cooking. Okay, I'm going to pop these in carefully like so, into that boiling water, and they're going to cook now for about 4 minutes only. We don't want to overcook these, we want to retain the colour and just get that heat all the way through, because like I said, we're going to twice cook them. Okay, so these Brussels sprouts now, they've cooked for 4 minutes, like I said, still beautiful and green. You can just see that they're opening up a little bit where we put the cross in the bottom. Okay, so now we're just going to cut these in half. Before I do that though, I'm just going to heat up some of this beautiful duck fat again. All right, now don't be shy, okay? We've got Brussels sprouts cooked in duck fat. We really want to taste the duck fat in here as well. Okay, so we're going to cut these in half. And can I just say, by the way, this water here is where we cooked our Brussels sprouts. Don't throw the water away because that's what my mum used to use at the base of all her gravy. All right, so let's just make sure we use that up. Plenty of flavour going on in there. And so we're going to get these in half. Still nice and firm. Like I said at the start, we're going to twice cook these, so we want to make sure that they retain their integrity. You know, we've all experienced the grey Brussels sprouts from the days of old, you know, and I think as we've seen the light, there's a better way to prepare these here. So my duck fat's getting hot here now. We can see that that's melting. It's turned up a little bit. Now I'm going to place these cut side down in my pan. Okay. Take your time, just so that fat doesn't splatter back up. Okay, that's pretty important here. It's starting to get a little bit of a sizzle going on. Okay, and this is one of those things that we just want to take our time here because we want to make sure that we get a beautiful caramelization going on the bottom of these Brussels sprouts. And if you're doing more Brussels sprouts than I've got here, don't overload the pan, just simply do it in batches. Beautiful and green and sizzling away. Okay, so now these Brussels sprouts are caramelising beautifully. And if I just come in here and just turn these over, you can see we're getting that wonderful colour going on to the bottom of these Brussels sprouts here. They're caramelising nicely, okay? Look at that, absolutely wonderful, but still retaining all of that beautiful greenness in there as well. So we've got some beautiful contrast of colours going on. To that, I'm going to add some of my sautéed small onions, my little pearl onions, and some lardons with bacon. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken some of these onions here, I've just peeled them down. You can see that I've left the root intact here so that I can just cut them into quarters. And by doing that, when I sauté these, they just retain their shape and they don't all start to fall apart. Okay, so these have been cooked in the pan for about 3 or 4 minutes together with a little bit of duck fat, bacon and the onions. And I'm going to pop all of that into my pan now like so. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, so now a little bit of seasoning, so some fresh pepper. And don't be shy with the pepper, I love a good bit of pepper. And then we're going to take a little bit of salt in there as well, okay? Bearing in mind that we've got the lardons of bacon, they've got a bit of salt in them. We added a little bit of salt to that water for the Brussels sprouts, so let's just keep that in moderation and keep it in check. All right, let's just move all this stuff around in the pan here. Smells absolutely beautiful, okay? We can see that lovely colour coming in there. So all I'm doing now is I'm just going to warm through those lardons with the Brussels sprouts and the onions And then we're going to pop those into a serving dish. Okay, let's go. Take your time here. All that beautiful work and that effort you've put in there, you want to make sure you see that through with the presentation. Now, if you were serving this at home, you could caramelise those Brussels sprouts and hold them aside. You can cook the lardons of bacon as well as the onions and pop them aside, and then just bring the lot together when it's ready to serve. Alternatively, you could just combine the whole lot into a roasting tray, and you could just pop them into a hot oven after the duck fat potatoes are done, just enough to warm them through, so then you can serve them and then have them beautifully hot. And there is our Brussels sprouts with pearl onions and lardons of bacon cooked in duck fat. Thank you.